trying to figure out how to get the camera to work. Hey everybody, welcome back to the NoRights Podcast. I'm your host Ben, aka NoRights, aka that guy. Joining us this week, as per usual. No, that's you, but we'll get to you in a minute. So joining us this week, as per usual. Oh, I see. So you're a proper noun. Alright, so joining us this week, as per usual, my good buddy and co-host Ian, who, he's trying out the webcam on his tablet, so he's in here twice. Ian, how you doing, Ian?
I was wondering what was up.
This is so, like, what do you call it, meta?
Yeah, he's talking to himself. He's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
I sent myself an email.
Yeah, then I had to send you one. Also, joining us, as per usual now, my twin brother, arch nemesis, and apparently Superman, Franklin. How you doing, Frank?
You got me this shirt, motherfucker. Yeah, and you said it'd be tight.
It is.
Baggy.
Well, I got one that's a 2X, and it's fitting okay. I mean,
It's 'cause I'm
I don't know. Well, I like to be out and about. So anyway,
Well,
we sent an invite to Doug,
I'll
but
be
he's
right
got a
back.
birthday party. What? You'll be right back.
No, I'm having issues here. I'm gonna restart, but it's not like when you restart. See what I did there? So
Yeah.
you talk amongst yourselves. Time me.
No, that's okay. We got better things to do. Like
Yeah.
talk to Ian about what he's been up to since the last episode.
Time me, and I'll see how long it takes me to restart. Ready? Go.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Tell us what you've been up to, Ian.
Well, first of all, for video audience, I got this. Some
Oh, herpes, I'm sorry.
Baja Blast here.
Yeah, I've got one too. Except this was
Yeah.
from the last. This one was from the last limited release, and I got a new. I got a new pack of it in the fridge. It's just, I was saving it for a special occasion. Which, that's one of my news stories for tonight, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you gotta have the drinks for the show. We're not sponsored by them, but damn it, we ought to be. So anyway.
When you told me that, I was like, oh, dude.
What?
LA Beast or something, man.
What, last summer? So it's not that bad. I mean, I think the last time Kyle was over here, I gave him a Pepsi Spice from Christmas.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not that bad. It's only 2 or 3 years out of date. I'll drink that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Have you tried that the new Pepsi drink, 1893?
No.
I tried it. It comes in.
How long was
comes
it?
in. Too long, Frank.
What we need to do is have like a thing where we like rate what's better, the Puppy Monkey Baby, the Black Label, or the Pitch Black that's back now.
I saw somebody had like a Puppy Monkey Baby birthday cake.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
Frank?
Oh, go ahead, Frank. What's going on?
I think you broke me.
Oh.
Huh?
we broke you. You went off to do whatever, man. You started
No,
blowing
me.
shit.
Puppy monkey baby cake.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
You're like, all right, whatever floats your boat.
Well,
So-
they had those
orange and grape crush cakes or whatever they are. You get at the
Well, no, this was like a decorative one that was meant to look like the Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh,
So
you mean like
In
a
a
cake boss
store?
type thing?
I saw it on the internet. I don't remember where. It's been a little while. So anyway, we've gotten off track. I was
What do you
talking to
think of
Ian.
Pitch Black?
It's a carbonated grape drink. I mean,
No, I wouldn't
It's-
call that shit. It's a concentrated grape drink.
it's not bad. It's just like you've got
Yes, it is.
Fago, you've got Welch's,
No.
you've got.
No.
I'm saying you've
No.
got so many other grape sodas. It doesn't really stand out. And I was talking. I was
What are
just
you
talking to.
about?
I was talking to
Dude,
Ian though.
Robitussin tastes better.
Okay, but I was talking to
Go get a
Ian.
Yeah.
Can I finish my sentence, Franklin? Okay, I was talking to Ian about Pepsi's other drink, 1893, and it comes with two flavors. There's like the black can, and then there's a brown can that's gingered. And I tried both, and the first one just tasted like a slightly mellowed Pepsi. Like if you get the vanilla Pepsi with the real sugar, so I guess if you get the regular real sugar Pepsi, it probably tastes like that. It's like, eh. But then the one with ginger, I was like, I taste the hint of ginger. It's a nice touch.
Ew.
A
Oh,
hint of ginger.
By the way, before we go any further with the show, I want to say I hope you end up watching this, Doug, because I want to just prove I do have hair. I got hair.
Aw.
It's my hair. I can pull on it.
Well, you're supposed to let the ladies do that. Anyway, so... Alright, so what you been up to other than drinking the Baja Blast there, Ian? You've been,
Well, besides drinking and growing hair, I've been
Now you're a man. Man. Be a man. Now that we're men.
I've been the opposite. I had hair and I got rid of a bunch of it.
Oh, you
Good.
did? Did you shave your beard off? Are you talking about your
Yeah.
hairline?
No, I got a haircut too, but
Which one?
I shaved off the beard.
Oh my!
I'm
Fucking mouse is dying.
Oh, man.
I gotta
Sounds like
put-
Ian's having a fun time over there. Oh, man. Alright. So what you been doing?
Oh yeah.
What you been doing with your week since the last show there, Ian?
Well, been a lot of talking and seeing the ladies. I saw my girlfriend yesterday.
Ooh.
So during the day, that was nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh, you saw her during
Nice
the day for a
app-
change.
yeah, a nice afternoon booty call, pretty much.
A nooner, I think they call that.
Yeah, a nooner. It was more like
Alright.
a 11er. But
Oh boy.
it's pretty.
We don't
Okay.
need specifics. We don't need to get into that. That's sex tape talk. We'll be talking about that on another
Breathe
episode.
through my mouth right now.
All right. So anyway, let's talk to Frank. What you been up to since the last episode? Frank, tell all our listeners.
I was
Well.
done yet.
Go ahead, Ian.
Thanks, buddy. I've been doing. I've been doing a little bit of more coding, working on those organizing things, trying to work on that. My plan was to work on, like the same type of thing, but with like renaming files and also tagging them. And then
Uh-huh.
I might put the same kind of filters in. You know how like I had the filters where you could use like the extension or the metadata or whatever you want to filter the files out. I was going to do that so you could do like an action with it or whatever in Photoshop. So like if you need to resize images, like only like certain types of images or whatever,
Hmm.
So yeah. So like if I
Sounds
wanted
complicated.
if I wanted to have it set where I only want to resize like JPEGs and GIFs, it'll only do that if I have a folder full of random images, you know.
What,
it's
what-
just
what
putting
language you
filters
were,
on the
coding in?
files. JavaScript.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, you're also doing bash commands, right? Or
Not. Like I said, that thing is too archaic and old. I've just given up on that. Like I might don't know if you remember a long time ago I did mention you can call some batch commands inside the JavaScript itself, which I might use in the future, but just doing hardcore batch scripting, it was just as bad as doing the Linux kernel.
oh man,
But
man.
speaking of JavaScript, I don't know if you care too much, but I reworked that little score thing keeper I had.
Oh, does it have buzzers and lights flashing? And
No.
here's a picture
No.
of the fail face. Boom, boom.
It was just a couple minor tweaks. What would be cool is if I could put like a little thumbnail for each of you guys. But what I was gonna say is like I went back and listened to a couple of those shows finally that I wasn't on, where it was like just you, Frank, and Doug or whatever.
Mhm.
And
Sorry.
I remembered you got. It was a bad. I remember you had mentioned that you were trying to do the trivia without the scorekeeper, and like you were complaining because you had to use like a notepad or whatever in it to
Yeah.
track the score. And I was like, man, I need to give that to you so you could. All you have to do is just open it up in the extend script, the Adobe extend script, and press F5, and it'll open it up for you.
Yeah, that's alright. Because then that means I would also have to run the trivia, and we all know that the guys don't like when I do that either.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying
Nobody
you
on the
might.
show likes me.
I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm just saying if they make you do it when I'm gone.
No, they won't. They'll be like, let's go do something else. Let's all watch something on the internet. Let's watch Puppy Monkey Baby again.
Puppy monkey baby.
Alright. Well, I'm glad you're getting stuff done, man. And report back to us, the more you get done with that, and if you release it for people, if you're going to release it in beta for people to try out, or if you're going to sell it, whatever you do.
Alright.
Alright. So,
Alright.
Clark Kent, why don't you tell us what you've been up to?
I'll be back.
Well, okay. No, I meant to just trim my beard, like the sideburns, and leave a beard. And even with clippers with a guide, I still couldn't fucking get it right. So I just said to hell with it and just buzzed it all off. And now I'm growing the stubble back out. I'm just gonna
Start all over again.
what a man does.
Yeah? Yeah. I guess that's better than, I went to go try it and I set it too low and zoom. It's like, well, crap.
Yeah. Well, I tried to trim it, and the trim didn't do a damn thing, and it was just hanging off my face. And I was getting ready to go out for dinner, and it looked like I had a wig glued to my face. So I said,
Weak
"Fuck it."
man. What your wife say when she saw it shaved? Oh, is that what you look like?
No, she didn't.
What?
She knows what I look like. She just doesn't like it.
She doesn't like you as all natural.
No, she missed the chops, and
Oh.
yeah.
So she likes you choppy. She likes you looking like an early resident of the White House.
She likes me looking
I
like
say. Alright. Alright. Well, that's fine. I guess I should catch everyone up on what I've been doing. Oh, yes, go ahead.
I'm not done yet. God damn it, you! Not you bastard.
Continue,
So-
Frank.
Yeah, so Ian got a new camera. I got a new microphone.
I just started using the tablet, that's all. I didn't get any new cameras or anything. Figured we'd try this.
I got a.
Anyway, go ahead.
Here it is. Nice little condenser.
Oh.
Want to show that
I figured
again?
it'd be better than a headset.
Show it again, Frank.
God damn it.
Oh, I gotta do stuff. Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
So what's that hooked up
Why? It's hooked up to phantom power, and then straight into my. Do I need a sound card? No.
So you got a little adapter that what's it converting to USB or whatever?
No. From this thing, XLR to phantom power. From phantom power, there's an XR cable that goes to a 3.5 millimeter.
Oh, okay.
Like a headphone jack. So that plugs into the mic in, and it only works if I have the phantom power on. Just like 9,000 people are like, "Do you need phantom power?" Yes. Do you need it? Yes, motherfucker. And I tested. Yeah, you do. At least on this one, you did.
Yeah.
There's that. What else have I been doing? I sat up all night last night and played Fallout 4.
Sorry.
Because you're a grown man.
I'm a grown man who likes to play video games. Ben and I were talking till like, what was it, midnight?
12:55 a.m.
Yeah, and he said, I'm going to bed. And I said, okay. And then I was playing Fallout 4 right at that point. I played until 7:30 this morning. And I went to bed till about 1.
Yeah, we should have done the show last night then. Maybe Doug would have been able to be on.
Now, we're having all kinds of connection issues because I tried connecting to Frank's Minecraft server and I got just unplayable lag. Like, I'd be in a tunnel and I'd try to turn around and just snap back, and then the walls would snap. Like, I'd be trying to mine my way one way and it'd fill up, and like, okay, I can't do this. And then Frank tried to connect to my computer, and he was having lag issues. So I said, well, he was having lag issues, and then he was like, oh, you're sounding all crackly. Maybe you should restart your computer. I'm like, all right.
Crackly. Your audio was skipping. It was like a shitty cell phone signal.
I'd like to tell you to go kick my ass.
No, it's like,
so anyway.
Do what I think. And then you go, and I'm like,
and
I think
then?
he needs a DAC. What do you think, Ian? You think he needs a DAC?
I think you should just come here and we should all record locally. That's what I think.
We need to have... No, you guys...
We need a LAN party.
Oh, yeah.
LAN party.
It was last week.
Anyway.
No, I bought one of those switches because it was an ongoing process to try to build that little render server thing. I bought one of those switches where you could hook up 8 extra Ethernet ports.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. So...
What kind of internet do you have, Ian?
Well, ever since I got rid of my cable TV but upped my speed, now I have Time Warner. It's like 35 megs, so it's pretty decent.
Oh,
is that the turbo boost or whatever they call it?
It's the extreme.
I ran the test last night.
Yeah.
I have 1.2 down.
What's your up?
0.3. The struggle is real.
Would you rather we do this show through snail mail, Frank? It might come out better. So anyway.
My dearest Benjamin, today I mowed the grass.
See, I don't see you doing it as like a Civil War guy. I see you doing it as like Vincent van Gogh writing his brother Theo for stuff. My dearest Theo.
No, I'm the dude with the... What was that guy? Salvador Dali.
And walking his anteater. Anyway. So, to catch everybody up on what I've been doing...
No one cares.
Anyways, let's get to the news here.
Yeah, right?
Guys, remember what Will Wheaton said. Don't be a dick. Just get that on a t-shirt. Don't be a dick. Anyway, I've been trying to work on my you know how I got this Cintiq and everything, and I've been trying to think about going on trips and doing some traveling and meeting other people and going to some workshops or whatever, and I'd like to be more portable, and I realized just to get a case for this thing would be like $400 to $1,400. I said, nope, not doing that.
For what are you talking about?
A case
for my Cintiq 21 UX, it's like, yeah, no, I'm not spending $400+ on a yeah for my. It's a 21 UX, so it's roughly about 21.
What do you mean a
Give or
case
take.
for it?
Well, if I want to go somewhere and they don't have one, and it's like I've used regular graphics tablets and I cannot go back to one because I had this thing where my hand-eye coordination, I would drawing on the tablet but looking at the monitor. If I didn't draw every day, I would have to spend like a week catching up on it, and it just like I can't do that. Now I have a screen I can draw right on it, and it's a lot better. So it's like I thought, well, I don't want to try and lug this thing if I go somewhere out of state. So I ordered this one of those little knockoff brands. I found on eBay somebody was selling a Unova DP10 for with shipping it came to less than $200. So I said I'll buy that. Why not? So I'm just waiting for it to arrive. All the tracking info. It's made in China, and somebody in Canada was selling it. So I followed the tracking until it entered a foreign country, which is the US of A. So now it's just waiting for it to arrive.
Canada.
Oh, Canada. Anyway, so I've been looking at that. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do when I upgrade my system eventually. And Ray Friendon was reviewing a tablet PC device from Vio. Have you guys seen that? The Vio Z Canvas?
No.
He's like, it's like a workstation crammed into a tablet. And I was like, well, I'd really... we all have the idea that we'd like to have this portable device that's also a tablet and it's as strong and beefy as a desktop. But I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot more people using the Surface Pro, and, there's the iPad Pro, which is not really in the same sphere as that. It's like, I don't...
That reminds me, what do you think about... I started watching this guy's YouTube video where he gets, somehow he gets tons of functioning, Apple devices and stuff and tests what would happen under, crazy conditions and stuff, and he pretty much wrecks them a lot of the times. And, one thing he was going to say, what happens if you sharpen an actual Apple Pencil?
What happened to it?
Well, it did. He got an industrial pencil sharpener, and it chewed up the plastic parts, but the metal parts still stayed intact. It got scratched up a lot though.
Well, I mean, there's that show Will It Blend, so why not?
Well, what about the that leads into the question of what do you think about the iPad Pro? It's an artist device.
Well, the argument I've seen is that basically it's an artist device, but in the same sense that, hey, the iPad was sort of an artist device. It's not, I've seen people using it similar to the Surface. I mean, there's actually a program where you can connect it either through Ethernet or Wi-Fi to your desktop, so you can use, Photoshop and other stuff with it. But, there's going to be a bit of lag between that, and it's we gotta rig all this stuff up, and it's not as serious a thing as the Surface, or the Cintiq Companion. So, I don't know, it's just my whole stance on computer systems is that, I got this tower because after I finished college, it's I like something solid that I can upgrade, because I had a laptop in college because I had to go to class and do stuff on, before class and all that stuff, so I had to be portable, and then I was like, I don't plan on traveling, so I'm going to get this studio, this desktop, and upgrade it, and that's been the saving grace of it. This thing's almost 10 years old, and I've been upgrading it as I need space or RAM or, so it's worked out alright, but it's the next system, I wouldn't mind a nice portable solution like the Z Canvas from Vio. It's just, I really want it to be beefier, and unfortunately, I don't think Apple's going to be making anything comparative. Yes, Franklin? Franklin in the back.
Is this for the event that you said the website hasn't updated since January of last year?
No. No.
Oh, okay.
I've been looking at several events. I've been looking at there's an animation lock-in in Calgary. I'm thinking about attending. I was thinking about going to an animation retreat in California, but I wanted to see some more information about it from the people running it. And there's some other workshops I've been considering. I'd like to do something where I get away from the house for a while and work. So
Yeah. Well,
now the thing about the DP10, is that it's an older tablet, and Unova on their website, they have like 7 models of the DP10. There's the original, there's the DP10U, there's the DP10 HD, there's there's variants of that. And I was looking and confused. Apparently the one I ordered has, equal pen pressure to the Intuos 3, and then the DP10U has twice that, so it's more equal to my Cintiq up here. But it's like, I don't care about that because I just want a portable option. It's just the main difference I heard was that some sites list it as Windows only because they say that OS 10 wasn't the main focus. It was an afterthought when they designed that device, and also it uses Walltop digitizer instead of the other one that uses UC Logic. So that's my only concern. I'm worried about jitter, but it's like, as long as it works. Also viewing angles, they're like, oh, if it's not as nice as some of these other things, it's like you have to be looking straight at it. It's like, I don't care. I found it on eBay for $200.
Well, from what I've read, as far as for like 3D artists, like the latest Surface Pro thing would probably be the closest thing you could get to, like an independent device if you wanted to use it on, like if you needed like the horsepower for sculpting and stuff. Because for like those sculpting apps, when you're having like millions and millions of polygon models where you're really going to cook your processor, then that's where you have to worry about having an independent. Like, you have to either have it hooked up with like a Cintiq just as the display, or if you want to have it as a separate device, then you have to have it pretty much as powerful as like a laptop or something,
Yeah, I was watching a video review of the Bio Z canvas, and there was a guy who does 3D modeling, and he was showing, he's like, here's a model, he's like, here it is on my desktop, and then here it is on the canvas, and this is like a multi-million, mesh, and it was like, it was moving around fine, so it like, I don't know. I heard it's pretty beefy. I tweeted at Ray Friended about it, and he said that the only thing it's lacking is, a really strong GPU. So I don't know. I think the model he was testing out was 3.4 gigahertz. So I don't know. But I mean, those are things I'm thinking. What, Frank?
1.21 gigawatts.
Great Scott.
Yes, Doc. Anyway. But yeah, that's what I've been looking at, because eventually I want to upgrade my desktop situation. I think what I might do is just leave this desktop as like the archive, where I store stuff to be like my local server, and then
check out my Tumblr.
Anyway, so are we ready to move on to the news, I guess?
Oh yeah, by the way, how I was talking about using my phone's IR blaster for my LEDs? Yeah.
He presses a button and it all dims down. We hear, "Let's get it on."
We'll just have it like fade out, or like it'll just switch colors, like blend together.
Which button is the baby making mode, Ian?
Well, you could
baby making mode.
You could have the color. It controls. It's an RGB and it's a white light too. So you could turn the white light on, or and have the color on. This is with just the white light on, or you could turn the color part on.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got track lighting overhead, and it's like I had to get a ladder to change the bulbs, and I can't
yeah.
change the way they're pointed.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool.
And now it's time for the news with Ian.
Alright.
The news with Ian.
Now with 20% more Ian. Look, you can see him. There's 2 of them.
And this week's high school basketball scores are...
You know, actually, funny enough,
no.
if we did the show on Fridays, there's a school down the road here that when they have their football games, like you can hear them calling, and he's got the ball in. And like all the way from here, if the window's open, you can totally hear the plays called. Shit, it's awesome.
You care about high school football that much, huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
San Dimas high school football rules. You know, Bill and Ted was on TV today. My mom was flipping through the channels, and all of a sudden, I was like, "That's Bill and Ted," because they were.
Excellent adventure.
Darn video, stop autoplaying. Funny story. While my mom was showing off the circuit breakers to an electrician this week, other Ian is gone.
Oh, that was the Ian that had the sound.
Yeah,
What do we do? We can't hear this new Ian.
I'm scared.
Oh no!
How are we going to screen capture without the other Ian? But yeah, while we were showing off the circuit box or the circuit breakers, we can hear you. What happened to the screen sharing?
Hey, look at this is what it says. I can't get back into it on the computer for some reason.
Do I have to invite you in? This is a professional setup we got here, folks. Pure professionals.
Raw.
No, he's at a birthday party.
It won't connect. It says 502. That's an error.
So anyway,
We're on 2 different devices.
so
It's inviting me on the phone, but I can't get to it on the computer.
can you see it in your Gmail window? Because that's usually
I can't
where
get to my Gmail. It won't even, when I click on just the email part, it says that there's a problem. This server encountered a temporary error and could not complete your request.
So am I going to have to screen share the news this week?
No, hold on.
So anyway, we had to. What I was trying to say is that in order to get to that circuit breaker box, we had to move my drawing table, and you know I've got this clip-on lamp that Dad broke part of it. The top part was supposed to swivel, and he bent it, and the plastic snapped, and he just sat there and walked away. You know, as our dad does. And it's on an arm, and it was up high, and she tried to bend it, and it went snap. So both my parents have broken my clip-on lamp to my desk.
Show us, Ben.
No, it's upstairs. I'd have to get it. I'm just like, guys, can you
You're not allowed to have nice things.
can we quit ruining Ben's stuff? I mean, it'd be nice, you know.
Just look at it as an excuse to buy new stuff.
Yes, Frank, I really wanted another desktop lamp.
I didn't say all good stuff, but
Okay. Hi, other Ian.
It's getting crazy.
Oh, man. Oh, man. So our first news story, huh? You just want to jump right into the deaths, huh?
Well, actually, send me a link to that because I noticed when I clicked on my email for some reason, it signed me out of it. Like that's why.
Well,
That's why I got kicked out because I clicked on my email to go to the link that I put in and it kicked me out. So could you post the first message in the chat, please?
sure. Legendary musician Prince dies at 57.
No.
Now, I realize that there's been a number of celebrity deaths recently, so I figured I'd pull up links for all of those recently. So we'll talk about Prince though, because I think it's probably one of the higher profile ones, and Ian was going to add it to this was his story anyway. So go ahead.
Well, I need the link for the article I linked to you.
I linked in the chat, Ian.
This was the. Oh, you did? Oh, okay. I thought it was the other one you sent to me earlier. Let me do the screen share now. There we go. So this will be screen share Ian, and the other one is webcam again.
He's he wasn't.
Yeah. Autoplay videos are the devil.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Fucking volume tablet. Okay. Legendary musician Prince died Thursday morning at his home. He was 57. The artist publicist Yet Miso Shir said in a statement that he died at his Paisley Park residence in. How do you say that?
Chanhassen?
Chanhassen, Minnesota. Earlier reports had indicated that this music icon, full name was Prince Rogers Nelson, was sick with the flu earlier this month and was even rushed to a hospital after his plane made an emergency landing. No cause of death was immediately announced. Prince sold tens of millions of albums worldwide in a career that spanned several decades. The artist rose to superstar status with the release of his trademark album, Purple Rain. The album sold millions. Rain. I knew it was coming.
Purple Rain.
Get it out.
Purple.
No, I'm just referencing the Golden Girls. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the album sold millions of copies and spent 24 consecutive weeks at the top of the Billboard 200, in part because of songs "When Doves Cry" and "Let's Go Crazy."
Let's go crazy.
Some reports have indicated that Prince had so much unreleased music that his estate could issue an album per year for a century after his death. The artist famously turned out albums in quick successions during the 1990s as a way of getting out of his contract with Warner Brothers, with which he had differences over both music and money. He even appeared with the words "slave" written on his face in reference to his contractual obligations with the company. Prince went so far as to change his public name to an unpronounceable symbol because he said Warner owned the name Prince. Yeah.
That's why he's like, don't call me the artist formerly known as Prince, because then they know that, oh, you have to pay them money. So.
I mean,
well, I heard that like some artists listen to everything else, and like Prince, I heard apparently only listened to his own music. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are cite him with inspiration for a lot of things. So I like his stuff that I've heard. I've just I don't know.
It's like I was never like a hardcore had every album kind of fan. It's like if I heard it, I was like, yeah.
Who's a huge Prince fan.
I'm surprised this didn't have "Tonight We're Gonna Party Like It's 1999." Are we that far past the 2000 that we don't think about that anymore? Because that song was everywhere right before Y2K.
Hold on, what? Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, that guy, he's like totally like, oh, he's the greatest artist. Like, he thinks he's the greatest guitar player ever, and I'm like, no, you don't play guitar. He's good. I'm not gonna say he's not good. Not the greatest.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I'd heard that they'd done an autopsy and there was no signs of trauma like detected, so they're still trying to figure out what it was. I mean, I had
a lot of people thought he might have been poisoned or whatever.
Well, I mean, with celebrities, you never know. It could be some unknown health thing that they're dealing with, or it could be that they mixed prescriptions, or it could be that they were on all kinds of drugs. You never know. I've got a CNN article about it too. Prince autopsy complete, body released to family. So I don't know. Some people are just like, I think some people are like, why does Prince live in? Why did he live in Minnesota? It's like, yeah, it's, I don't know.
I looked outside and saw a gentleman riding a bike and
where is it?
noticed right away that it was Prince.
Stop the video.
Seeing what she and others at the mall
Stop
say was their
videos.
couldn't resist.
Scroll down and hit the pause button.
indicated He didn't want to be filmed.
I couldn't.
Okay.
I was.
There we go. So, okay. Autoplay videos. Don't do it. Just don't.
I know.
It's like, why would you do that? That's like having a page where it starts playing a song, and then you have to go hunt for the stop button.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it refreshed. I was scared it was gonna start playing again.
I mean, do you think we should go through the recent death list just to get the sad news out of the way?
Well, I remember, didn't Bowie die like a month or so ago?
Well, Bowie and then Merle Haggard died recently.
Yeah.
But there's three other recent celebrities that passed away, and the only good thing about all the recent deaths is that people are gonna stop posting on Facebook. It always comes in threes. No, there's been like 5 people passed away recently. It's terrible. I mean, it's like at least stop with that and focus on. I mean, I don't know. There's that, and there's the issue that people get sad when somebody they didn't know passed away, and half the comments are, "You didn't know they were still alive." I mean, Patty Duke passed away recently, so I don't know. But there's a couple. I got a few links from all these from CNN because I figured I don't want to go to like celebrity watch sites. You know what I mean? Those kind of. So Doris Roberts passed away. She was the mom on Everybody Loves Raymond. She was 90. And I'm really sad Doug was in here on today's episode. What?
Doug was in
What,
here.
Frank?
Your list of dead people?
I'm saying I'm sad Doug wasn't on this episode because wrestler Chyna died at 45.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one, Frank and I discovered this while he was playing Fallout 4 last night around midnight. I looked at Twitter, and apparently Michelle McNamara? Michelle McNamara, wife of comedian Patton Oswalt, dies at 46.
47.
So, no, it says in the article 46. So yeah, she apparently passed away in her sleep, so I don't know what the cause was, and 46 is not a usual age for that kind of thing to happen, so I'm, I mean, I feel horrible for, him and his family, because, he's he just started a big tour, and they have a 7-year-old daughter, so it's like that's got to be.
I thought she was 5.
No, the articles I saw said 7.
What
So-
the fuck? I read this last night.
Well, articles get updated, man. So
I mean, yeah, I was looking at his Twitter, and literally at the one right before it was, oh yeah, check my Netflix out, and then his wife's dead.
yeah, it's like.
Fucking.
Well, I mean, I saw it because, like, everybody on Twitter's like, dude, man, that's weird. So, because a lot of people are like, he's a comedian who, for one, he's big in the nerd circles, but two, he's also a very literate comedian who has a lot of well-spoken, colleagues and friends. Kevin Smith was saying, condolences to his family, and, everyone's thinking about him and all this stuff. It's like, that's just, man, just... I don't know. And, I mean, some things are just, like, she was a year older than China, who passed away at 45. Again, an age that's like, I'm 33. Frank, you and I are only, like, 12 years younger than these people that are...
Yeah, but they
like,
lived a hard life.
Well, I don't know. And then...
Did you see One Night in China?
Well... No, I didn't see it. Did you know that she made a sequel to that, and then she starred as She-Hulk in the Avengers porn and parody, and then in her she would
I didn't know that.
Anyway, Doris Roberts though was age 90, so she had a nice long healthy run. So, and Prince again 57. If he was suffering from the flu, a lot of people. Hi me. I'm the sixth beast. Ian, they can hear me.
Lucky
buddy. Just trying to think of a song that would have harmony in it. Oh man. Okay. Nope. This is a professional show.
Sure.
A show for professionals.
Hello.
Ooh, just like Slutty Ali.
Anybody?
Hey man.
Are we gonna nothing?
I feel the luckiest man in the world. Echo. Anyway. As I was saying though, this is annoying. If he was suffering from the flu, a number of people have passed away from pneumonia recently. I mean, remember Bernie Mac and Frank, you want to say anything?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I had to plug in the charger for my tablet, and then I accidentally unplugged my mixer.
Humble brag.
Hey, it wouldn't be NoRights Production if we didn't have technical difficulties.
And then I tripped over my huge penis, and I just had to tell the ladies, "Hey, back all that for a minute while I straighten things out here." And well, anyway,
Wow,
well, Frank? What do you think of all the recent events? How has it impacted you?
Yeah,
Well, the
Frank.
Patton one was really sad because that
Came out of nowhere is the way I would describe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and I can't imagine I told you the dynamic with him. He and his wife was very similar. She was into the, true murder mystery shit, and he's a comic, and I'm nowhere near as genius as he is. But to just have your wife taken from you that quickly, just out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I know we're talking about serious stuff, but here, Frank.
Uh-oh. Oh, Pitch Black?
Yeah.
Have you had it yet?
Well, I had a couple cans already, yeah.
Ugh. Couple.
We'll talk about that during my news segments later. Don't worry about it. So what do you think about the Prince story? Again, that's another one that
he got a little cocky too, because he was when his plane went down and he was taken to the hospital, fans were like, "Oh, Prince, are you okay?" And he's like, "Take a couple days before you give out your prayers," and then he's dead. I'm like, okay. It's like, nah, nothing can beat me except this. It's like,
well, I remember hearing one time that animator Robert McKimson, he had a physical or something done, and they said, "Oh, I found out I'm going to live to be, I'm going to outlive all you guys." And then he had like a sudden heart attack and died before everybody else. It's like, whoa, don't.
Well, my wife and I, we watch OSU football, and one of the other teams, the quarterback got like sacked or something. And right at halftime, they interviewed me. He's like, "It's going to take a hell of a lot more than that to get me out of this game." And then the very next play, boom, broke his fucking leg, out for the season. So,
Well, what was that? What was that movie where he's like, "It's going to take a lot more than that to kill me"? Oh wait, was it Jason X where he's like, "Going to take a lot more than that to kill me," and he stabbed him multiple times. He's like, "Yeah, they'll do it." So.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Ian? I mean...
Oh,
I mean,
loves
it sucks.
all these dead people.
Well, I mean, of the...
I love death. Yes.
Yes. Death and destruction.
Yes.
Well, I mean, did you have any deep, fandom for any, Prince or
I get it.
Doris Roberts or China?
Yeah, he's got a
China
picture of
died?
Doris Roberts on his wall.
Yeah, China died. Now, what happened with her? It was her. She had to go by the name China Doll for a while because
because the wrestling people own China.
And then she changed it to China with a Y.
That's why it was spelled that way. I thought that was just how it was spelled.
I don't know. I don't know.
And then the Kardashian guy is marrying Black China.
I don't know. But that's why, I feel kind of sad Doug couldn't be on this one because he would have actually had some insight into that story. I mean, I've seen her a little bit when she was interviewed on like that Dr. Drew Celebrity Rehab or whatever, and like her ex came by to try to pick her up, and everyone was like, "You stay away from her. You're nothing but trouble." So,
What?
I don't know.
I was gonna ask you about that. I was gonna ask you if you could text Doug to see if he, like, I know he's at a party or whatever, but you could text him if he wants to see if he wants to pop in when he gets back or whatever.
Well, I sent him an invite, so if he gets back, he'll probably see it. So, and I told him that you'd invite him in. So,
Is he eating cake and ice cream and watching someone play pin the tail on the donkey?
and that'd be awesome. All right, so we got this.
Party.
Okay, so we got
show.
So we got the sad news out of the way.
I want to go to this party.
All right, so do you need the link to the next news story there, Ian?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so this one, well, it's his news story. A new way open source to create parametric humans. All right, tell us all about this one here. More human than human.
More human than human. Wasn't that? I remember that song was on the Cable Guy movie.
Yeah, well, so it's want somebody to love. Don't you need somebody to love? All right.
Okay, so this guy is working on a new tool, free and open source, to create parametric 3D humans in Blender. I know there's a subsection of CG Talk dedicated to Blender only, but I decided to start a thread here because he's proposing a new approach to parametric modeling, and I'd like to know the general opinion about it. And so, like this. Okay.
Okay, so for those of us that don't know, totally not me, but other people, what is parametric modeling there, Ian?
Well, parametric modeling is using parameters to model with.
So basically sliders.
Yeah, it's like sliders and values and everything.
I love those.
Yeah, it's for people like that like to use like Poser and stuff like that, and like if you don't really have any modeling skills, you can adjust things. You know how in like a lot of video games where like
they have the character
adjust,
creators.
Like, yeah, the character creators. You can adjust like the brim of the nose and part of this cheek you could have come out, and it just gets crazier and crazier with every new video game that comes out. You could change the fingernails and stuff, and pretty much you're sort of like it gets so crazy to the point where you're adjusting just like a couple faces of the model technically, where you're almost just like modeling with sliders, you know.
I mean, I've seen a lot of interesting plugins and things for Blender that people have been working on. I think I've seen a guy who's doing a cutout animation plugin system, and some other like spriter kind of things where you get sprites to use and paint with them rather than having a model. You can just use them as paintbrush kind of thing. So what have people been saying about this one, Ian?
Well, I haven't read too many of the reviews, but what it looks like the thing with this is that you can do is like you could actually like scale like certain parts, and it'll like blend it together what you scaled and create like a like an average of that or whatever, which is pretty interesting,
So what exactly is the different approach? Is it the idea that instead of sliders you just get to pinch and pull on the models?
Yeah, I guess so. I think you could do both. You could adjust the sliders, or you could scale like certain areas and it'll correct for it, so because when you just scale it or whatever, it looks weird, I guess, and it'll try to keep like the bone structure and everything, it looks like, so it looks correct, because like if you see when he's let me see a certain part here when he's like when he's see how it like adjusted for that or whatever. There was one part where he like really like squish it in where it was like like that, and then it tries to correct,
interpolate and adjust for it.
Yeah, so it's not like disfigured, I guess. So you could still rig it, like you could put the bones in and the bones would, like it would still be applicable to using like a rig.
Okay. What do you think about this, Frank?
What?
What do you think about all this? It's a Blender thing. You've been using Blender lately, haven't you?
Boobies.
Huh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Blender is not the most intuitive thing in the world, so anything to make it easier, good on you.
Well, the main problem that I have with Blender is that you have to switch to left and right click. I don't know who is a genius that thought up of that.
Well, yeah. Only thing I don't like about it, I've been downloading a couple templates because I was trying to make our some of our intros a little better, and problem is it's so customizable that I don't know if I just move something, I don't know if I'm deleting an essential thing or if I'm just moving a toolbar that can be put back.
Right. Well, that's the problem that I sort of had with mine. Is like you had like a value for everything that you could adjust, like the UI and everything, and it's like you could code the UI just within its own program,
Well, some people like that, and then sometimes it's like, just put it, treat me like I'm 5, and just come into this, and you go, this does this thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that all you have to do is change the title, and you have your own custom bullshit.
Yeah.
I had a render though. I let it render, and it took 3 days. He's spinning, and it came out the characters were pink instead of having our skins on them. So I said,
Yeah.
well, that's thrown in the fucking trash now.
Well, Frank, now you know why I'm trying to build one of those render servers, because if I have like a rack of 5 computers, you can distribute the renders from like Blender or Max or Maya, and it'll divide up the render to
I don't know
5
why
of those different machines.
that, like, it was like 260-ish frames, and it took it 3 days on my 8-core machine.
Huh. Well, what did you all have in the
32
scene
gig of
rendering?
RAM.
Did you have like some crazy like lighting and shit?
2
in there or something?
characters. Well, hell, I can show you a link to it in a minute, but it was 2 characters fighting, and then when the one knocks the other one down, the title pops up, and there's music and there's a nice background. It looks really cool, but I couldn't get it to work.
Mm-hmm.
You have
I'll show you a little
link for
turd that came up. Yeah, I got it from YouTube.
Okay. So anyway,
Because there's a couple that are Minecraft characters, but they look alright except they don't have a face.
You gonna put a linky in here?
linky, Frank.
No, then everyone else will see. Huh?
Anyway, so
Hold on.
Ian's next news story.
Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves.
Ian's next news story. Facebook considers letting users add a tip jar to make money from posts.
Yes.
What's this one all about?
Okay, Facebook is exploring new ways for individual users to profit from their posts on the network. The Verge has learned a user survey distributed this week hints at a broad range of ways that users could make money or promote a cause, including a tip jar, branded content, and taking a cut of the ad revenue Facebook earns from posts. The survey also asks users to indicate their interest in a call to action button, a way to let followers make donations, and a sponsor marketplace to match users with advertisers. It's unclear whether Facebook is considering making those options available to all users. The language of the survey indicated is targeted at verified users. The survey was spotted on the page of a verified user with a relatively small following. Okay, it was me. It says Facebook does not currently offer individual users a way to earn money by posting on Facebook. It has allowed publishers to sell advertising inside its fast-loading instant articles format, and recently clarified rules allowing posts sponsored by brands to be shared by verified pages. Facebook is also testing ads within the suggestions that pop up after you watch a video, sharing money with publishers. But recently the company has taken steps to make its publishing tools more widely available. In February, the company began letting anyone publish instant articles. It's still very early, but we're committed to creating sustainable long-term monetization models for our partners, and we're listening to feedback, a Facebook spokeswoman told The Verge. So what do you think about that as far as brands and making money and stuff?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, Facebook is already, their Facebook advertising and marketing and all that stuff they do, they're getting a kickback, and it's like I can see them, if they can entice people to say, hey, if you put some good content on that brings in money, you can get a cut of it, they're going to encourage more people to put their stuff on Facebook, so it's a win-win for them. So, what do you think, Frank?
Yeah, Frankie.
Yes, they can take my content if they pay me for it.
You can pry my content from my cold, dead hands.
Well, like a lot of people remember when they were like backing shit up to like another server and or selling it. People were like, Now, I've heard to download everything you had uploaded and delete it from there so they can't have it. No, you give me money, you can have all my fucking shit. I don't care.
All your
Just
car
give me a
selfies and your cat pics.
Give me that
What?
sweet loot.
What do you think, Ian? I mean, since you brought this article in, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I guess it could be good for people. I mean, Facebook, like it hasn't always seemed like it's been for the people as much,
I mean, we talked about before with the whole, freebooting, someone else uploading your stuff and the ad revenue coming out. It's like, I can just see a lot more of that happening with this, but...
Yeah, I guess it could be true.
I guess it'd be more reason for Facebook to want to limit, manage people stealing stuff because, that could be lawsuit problems coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean, there's problems with when it comes to like people, like everybody trying to make money and everything. There's always problems and everything,
Yeah.
It seems like.
Alright, so, Atari still exists. Thinks no one else can make a haunted house game.
Yeah.
Boo, haunted house!
I thought, too bad I couldn't get Nate on and Doug. I figured them two and Frank would be interested in this one. This shambling, ghostly shell of a company that shares its name with the classic game maker, Atari went to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office this week to defend its exclusive rights to video games with Haunted House in the title. The oral hearing at the U.S. PTC yesterday came about when Atari opposed a proposed trademark for Haunted House Tycoon, an upcoming game that small developer Hazy Dreams of Infinity tried to trademark back in 2011. In its opposition notice, Atari suggested that its 1982 game Haunted House had become well known among the public and trade due to widespread and extensive use, quote unquote. Atari does have some valid current interest in its right to the 35-year-old game name. Haunted House is on iOS as part of the Atari's Greatest Hits collection, and the game became available through Microsoft Game Room service starting in 2010. Atari also rebooted the franchise in 2010 with a remake of the same name, which it still sells as a Windows download. But Atari's legal interest in defending the Haunted House name is quite recent. The company didn't even file a trademark for the game until 2010 when the remake was released, and then in the intervening years, a handful of games with the Haunted House name has been released without legal issue, including a 2004 fan remake of the Atari VCS original. While Atari's Haunted House is probably the best known game with the title, it's not the first game to beat the name or bears the name. That honor likely belongs to 1972's Haunted House on the Magnavox Odyssey TRS 80 course. The house or a TRS Haunted House from 1990 also predates Atari's release. And before video games even existed, of course, the Haunted House was also a well-known general concept that players could easily recognize apart from any specific trademark video game idea. Yeah, it says Atari has a horrible reputation for attacking independent game makers, including recently going after TXK developer Jeff Minter. Hazy Dreams of Infinity president Andrew Greenberg said in a statement given to VentureBeat, "It does not appear that anyone from the Nolan, Bushnell, or Ray Kazer, glory days of Atari, are still leading the company. It is tragic how the current leadership has driven its brand into the ground. They would be much better served by actually trying to make a good game rather than bullying independent developers. Quote unquote.
Yeah, how come it took them so long to put in for a copyright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
30-some years? Why so soon?
yeah. I mean, weren't we talking before about, what was it, Microsoft and Xbox doing something similar with, and it's like, yeah, the name thing, man, you're kind of hurting yourself because, it's a small industry. It's like indie developers and stuff, rather than trying to, hold on to your copyrights. I mean, I understand why they'd want to do it. They don't have much to claim to and want to own a space, but it's like haunted house. You really want to cling to it that tightly? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, when I think haunted, video games, my first thought is Luigi's Haunted Mansion. So, I mean, I don't know.
I think of an angry video game, they're going, boo, haunted house.
Well, that's what I made the joke for, Frank. But, thanks for catching on to that.
That's what I think of.
Boo,
That's
haunted
what
house.
I think of.
So, yeah, I mean, we're pretty much in agreement with the guy who wrote the article that, yeah, it doesn't really hold much water.
Right.
I don't know. So the next news story, though, Facebook plans 60 gigabit broadband for dense urban areas.
Urban.
Ooh.
Some urbancing
Yes, Franklin?
areas.
What are you doing, Frank?
I hope they come here.
Antennas will
What
route
do you
and
mean?
steer signals around buildings and other obstacles.
Huh.
Tell us all about this one, Ian.
Yeah, Facebook's plans 60 gigahertz gigabit broadband for dense urbancing areas.
It's not going to become a thing, Ian. Just
Urbans.
no. Let's move on. What's the article?
I didn't have it routed. Sorry. Urbans.
Okay, so
Facebook.
please
is
tell.
going- I was before you started interrupting me again. I'm just messing.
Please continue, Ian. Tell us all about it.
Shit.
Facebook is building a wireless internet service that uses 60 gigahertz WIGIG technology to deliver ubiquitous gigabit citywide coverage in densely populated urban areas. Facebook said it is testing the technology at its headquarters in Menlo Park, California, and preparing a larger trial for San Jose. So far, we have demonstrated 1.05 gigabits per second bidirectional, 2.1 gigabits per second total throughput per distribution node, and P2P mode up to 250 meters away, the company said in an announcement yesterday. This means up to 8.4 gigabits per second of total traffic per installation point, assuming 4 sectors, and we think this number can be as high as 12.8 gigabits per second in the future. Facebook also says it will make the technology open and interoperable and on a licensed spectrum, just like Wi-Fi. The project faces technological hurdles related to the use of extremely high-frequency spectrum WIGIG technology using 60 gigahertz frequencies is generally aimed at home use, as it is great for high-speed transfers between 2 devices in a single room, but nearly impossible to use in multiple rooms because the airwaves are easily blocked by walls. But Facebook's new Terragraph project aims to overcome these difficulties with antennas that can route around tall buildings, the company said. Telegraph radios use commercial off-the-shelf components and are based on the WIGIG standard, but have special notifications implemented by Facebook. given a limited range of 60 gigahertz signal, these nodes are placed across the city at 200 to 250 meter intervals. Facebook project readers wrote, designed to provide street-level coverage. Telegraph implements a phase array antenna to retain the highly directional signal required for 60 gigahertz, but makes it steerable to communicate over a wide area. Given the architecture of the network, Telegraph is able to route and steer around interference typically found in dense urban environments such as tall buildings or internet congestion due to high user traffic. For people that don't like to read, here's a picture.
Pictures, yes. Eyes like this.
Yeah, I remember when I was having a lady set up my new router for my Time Warner recently when I switched my service, or like the service plan, and I had to get a new router. It's one of those modem / router combo things. And she suggested that I set up the, and I saw Jay's 2 Cents even did a video about this where you could choose like the channel of Wi-Fi that's if that's congested, that like a lot of other people in your, like if you're in an apartment or whatever, a lot of people are using it, you could set it to auto, but a lot of times it's better to manually switch to a different like radio frequency channel, I guess, which is like I think I have mine set to like 12. But you could get an app to check what's congested or whatever. Like,
makes sense.
Yeah, I have that.
Like, let me see if I can show you. It's called let me see. Internet tools. Oh yeah, it's called Wi-Fi Analyzer. Let me see if I could. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
I gotta adjust the rotation on the phone, sorry. I always say my rotation turned off for a lot of things. Here. Yes. So you can see the different, along the different channels, that's Ian Home that's my Wi-Fi in the red. And right now it's a little bit congested from other people using it, so like I could switch to like another radio signal, maybe like 7 or 8 between the red and blue or something like that, you know.
Yeah, I have that same app.
Yeah. Jay's 2 Cents suggested using it.
Oh then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool story,
He
bro.
really knows a lot of shit.
Yeah. I would argue not as much as like Linus. He's really crazy with the networking shit. He gets like on a whole different level, man. And even he calls like tech people. I mean, it's like crazy how in depth he could get with networking, man.
Networks. Anyway, so yeah, I think anything to improve internet connectability, because it makes sense that like.
Yeah.
Why don't we just all have Wi-Fi at this point? Data plans are a scam. We all know it.
Yeah.
So, until we all get Google Fiber, why not? Or Verizon Fios or whatever.
Though,
if only.
Though, like, since it's Facebook and it's, that's going to be like, you're going to have to agree to some crazy shit probably. Like, if you use it, you're going to be, like, heavily monitored, and you'll pretty much be, like, spied on everything.
Well, anytime you go to a place that has free Wi-Fi and you go through their login page, you're probably selling your soul anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like you're in this hotel's Wi-Fi.
It'll be your soul.
Well, like, I was checking the Wi-Fi agreement on I went to my dad's it was like a doctor's appointment, and within the actual agreement it says you agree not to harass or be mean to anybody using this internet.
No, makes sense. Yes, I logged onto the internet to post angry GIF. Alright, so anyway. So that's Ian's news for this week. I now have a couple... No, I've got a few news stories of my own this week. So, first story I'd like to share. Got the evening free? Why not watch the Titanic sink in real time? So, it's been 104 years since the Titanic sunk, and the tragedy still captures our imaginations. We've seen dramatizations and documentaries, our favorite being the 1997 flick with Kate and Leo, of course, but now someone has put together a real-time animation of the sinking of the cruise. Because you're watching it as it happens, the whole video is around 2 hours and 40 minutes, but it's worth it if you get the time free. So the simulation even includes captions that describe what's happening on board at specific times, but one thing is missing: the passengers. When the Titanic sank on April 14, 1912, it took around 1,500 victims down with it, but in this animation the ship is completely empty. It's strangely fascinating. The video was created to promote a new game, Titanic: Honor and Glory. That would have been a little weird seeing all the people, but it's weird watching it. Like, you see the water slowly rise up on the thing. It's like that. I watched them and it was like, it's a little unsettling for a... I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no thanks.
Do we get to see Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, it's the ship's emptying.
If I'm watching a shitty thing about the Titanic sinking, I expect to have some shitty actors and actresses.
You expect to see some boobies. I understand.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Far, wherever you are. Well, what do you think, Ian? I mean, I remember they did a video a while ago where there was a tour of the surface of Mars on a YouTube video, and it's like, well, it's oddly settling. It's like, hey, look at this. Do 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 do. I don't know.
Right.
Ian's like, and now we'll sit here for the whole 2 hours and watch the ship sink. Giving live commentary.
They said the director of Titanic actually spent more time on the Titanic than the people who went down on it.
Well, yeah, because he's gone on all those submersible missions to it. And now he's going to be spending more time in the Avatar world than any of us. They're making 4 sequels. So.
Oh, the Avatar? How come it's taking so long?
Because they're filming 4 sequels it's all one continuous production, he says. They're going to chop it up into 4.
Now, hasn't...
He didn't want to put it out. Like, he didn't want to release a DVD because he said it wasn't good enough. He wants it to be Blu-ray or better.
Hasn't history taught directors that when you're making, like, 2 sequels in a row at the same time, that usually doesn't work out?
Well, he's making 4 of them, so just wait. So, I don't know.
Like, I'm looking forward to the next, that Infinity War Avengers movie that's going to come out at like 2018 or some crazy shit. But they're working on both of those at the same time, and I'm kind of worried about that, you know. I don't want them to fuck up my Avengers, man.
Okay.
Don't fuck up my Avengers, Marvel.
Okay, so if you guys don't seem to care so much about the Titanic, you might care about this VR story. How to make VR porn. So,
I think I saw the link for that, but I didn't click on it.
Yeah, it's with Wired. It's been reported that porn will be one.
What if you order a virtual pizza?
Yeah, well, I don't want us to get copyright claimed. Anyway, it's been reported that porn will be one of the biggest content offerings driving demand for VR. But what actually goes into making the porn experience full, dimensional, and real for the viewer? Brent Rose
goes on set of a VR porn production shoot to find out how porn is evolving with new technology. Special thanks to kinkvr.com. So he checks out the cameras and they talk. Yes, Frank.
I was gonna say I know a guy who said he was, because he has the Vive headset or whatever, and he said that 4K is so good that he had to show his wife because he's like, check this out, and I was like, did she say you? He's like, no, she's just like, wow.
So anyway, they talk about how some of their productions they can do left and right and up and down, and now there's some that they're getting into do 360, and they talk to two of the stars about it, and they show the cameras that they use to do it, and then the processing software that takes that footage and combines it into the sphere that your head looks around in. So, what are your thoughts there, Ian?
I don't know.
Can't talk. Fapping.
Well, it's like, why do you even need the VR experience anyways? Because it's not like you're gonna be looking at anything else besides the boobies anyways. It kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, Ian, sometimes you just want to be able to motorboat in proper, like, I recommend this video because it's amusing. What, Frank?
This isn't the intro video that I was rendering, but I found this and I got tempted to use this as an opening.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Let's take a look at that. I'll just mute that. Oh, no. 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 No.
Sexy twerk Minecraft sync intro template number 16. That's
so anyway.
specific.
Well,
Funny.
Look at that pervert. Look at that guy.
Well, it's funny because like they're talking to him about the ways to film it, and the one girl's like, you have to be in frame enough that it doesn't like hit the seams of when they stitch the stuff together, and she's like, I always, it was kind of weird because like you get close up on the camera and then you have to remember to keep your legs in, and suddenly you have to lean a little bit so that you can see everything, and so they had to figure out how close to get to the camera and how close they can't get to the camera, and yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, it's an interesting conversation for Wired. I mean, we can't hear it because we don't want to get struck with a copyright strike, but,
Well, there's the music. Usually we don't care if they're just talking, but if there's music...
Oh, that one girl, she said that, like, she rarely watches her own videos, but she watched, like, the VR footage of herself. So, like, she's sitting there and it's like, oh, that's me. It's like, that would be weird, wouldn't it? Like, if you imagine a home, VR porn where you film yourself and you're like, yeah, there's me. No, I'm gonna keep watching.
It's kind of, it's funny when like you have porn stars and like sex and stuff for them is, they look at it totally differently, where they look at it as obviously from more of a professional viewpoint, whereas most people it's more awkward or whatever.
Oh, is this what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah, it's like, how did that orgasm go? Where she's like, yeah.
Are we doing it? No, you'll be doing his stunt. Okay.
You'll be doing his stunt cock.
Okay. So, I like this because when he sits in for a test, a dry run of a scene, and like he's kind of doing the same bit he was doing in the front. They pull out some stuff, and he's like, oh, what are these toys? And it turns out to be tasers. He's like, oh no, what the no.
Oh man. But yeah, it's a fun video if people want to check it out. And then there's the guy talking about how they edit it together for, to make the sphere that you're in, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so our next conversation, we've been talking about this before the show, but we need to talk about it now. It's who are you going to vote for in Mountain Dew Decision 2016? So, you...
Finally, the important issues.
Yeah.
Finally.
Important issues. Okay. Cast your votes. Here.
Would you rather have the Baja Blast, or would you rather have the Pitch Black?
Which
You
one?
choose your...
Wow,
yes,
last-
Barney. See, that's the weird thing to me. Like, I saw a sign for this on the floor when I was walking up and down the grocery store the other day. And then I went and saw they had a display of the 12 packs of Baja Blast and then Pitch Black and then the one little bottles, and they're like, oh, cast your vote, and it's like, so you're voting to decide whether they keep Baja Blast or Pitch Black. How, objectively, how does that make sense? It's like an ice cream parlor saying, hey, we've got this contest, do you want us to keep chocolate or pistachio? Well, I guess maybe cherry would probably be a little bit more accurate because it's a specialty flavor, but it's like, why?
Are you talking about that M&M flavored choosing thing they got going on? Or it's like coffee M&M?
No, I'm
Honey Nut M&M and coffee.
Yeah.
It's just, I didn't know about that one, but this is just, I understand why they're doing it. They want people to buy the stuff and to get in part of, I'm Team Baja Blast, I'm Team Pitch, It's I understand why they want to do it. It's a promotional thing. But it's does anybody like Pitch Black that much? Frank, you're the grape guy.
Yeah, how come you don't like Pitch Black
No,
that much, man?
I did not like it.
It's similar to
I like
Puppy
grape. I
Monkey
don't like
Baby.
Pitch Black.
Do you like the Puppy Monkey Baby?
What the hell?
Do you like
no,
the Puppy
you
Monkey
mean
Baby?
the Black Label?
No,
what's
I mean
it called, Ben? That other one?
The Black Label or the 1893?
That
I'm
the
talking-
Black Label I like, but
Puppy Monkey
Do you
Baby
like-
is Kickstart.
Yeah, the grape Kickstart. Do you like that, Frank?
haven't had the grape one. I didn't like
Oh,
the
you
regular
haven't?
Kickstarts.
It's
No, I had
it's
the
not
orange
bad.
one and I had the fruit punch one, and I was not digging them. The grape, I would rather drink Robitussin than anything to do with Pitch Black. Disgusting.
Well, what you say you like
It's
the
like if you
the
let a
black,
kid mix the Kool-Aid up. Huh?
Did you like the Black Label? You said though. I thought. I mean, I think it's pretty similar to
Yeah,
Pitch Black.
it was except that the Pitch Black is worse.
Well, did you have any
Okay.
complaints about the Black Label? I mean,
It wasn't that good, but it wasn't horrible like Pitch Black is.
well,
Pitch Black
if you're
is horrible. I was glad I only bought a cup of it.
well, Ben said you're the grape guy. Like, what's your favorite grape hop? I mean,
Well, when I was a kid, it was Welch's, but now that I've grown up, that's just sugar water. So,
Well, that's like
Oh.
saying, when I was a kid, I used to drink Sunny D, and now I drink the Simply
Yeah.
Orange because I am refined,
orange juice.
and it's not the purple stuff.
Here's
well,
here's the
what are you
here's the
drinking?
intro, by the way, guys. That took me 3 days to render. Right now, I'm drinking
Oh.
Game Fuel.
Oh boy. Okay.
That took me 3 days to render. Right there. That's it. And the second
Okay.
half of the video, the guy's like, "Here's how you do it."
Okay. So, Matrix shot, huh?
What's that? You did that logo there?
Well, that first shot with the.
No,
The very first scene where the two guys are fighting.
What's this logo from?
Well, that's his logo. The guy who made it.
Well, why did you
Now,
put
see,
your
and
logo?
then
It's his templating, and that's what he's saying.
template.
So you changed from name to
Yeah, I just changed
the name.
Yeah, I changed it to Minecraft and Chill. See, and hold on, and let me show you here. Hold on. Screen share. Okay, this is what it looked like when I rendered it out.
So why is everything pink?
Yeah.
It's
I
the
don't
same
fucking
color
know.
as the name.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think some of the skins can only be like a 1.7 version. So I don't know.
You broke it.
It took 3 days at that point. I didn't care. After 3
You
days,
broke it.
I let it go while
So,
I was at work
okay.
and everything.
Okay, so
While I was checking out your Tumblr and everything.
Check out my Tumblr. Check out my Tumblr. Please.
all right. So I guess what I'm saying with this is that we're all team Baja Blast, right? And
Yeah, like
we know that one's
Yeah, Ian, do you like
Well, I mean, I agree.
you like
that,
Pitch Black there, Ian?
I mean, I like it and everything, but yeah, it's like it's one of those kind of things where it's you could only drink it like as it's more of a treat than anything, whereas the Baja Blast I could drink more regularly, you know.
it's like a regular drink.
Yeah, I could drink
You
it
know.
all the time. The other one, like I said, is Robitussin.
Yeah, it's really rich, so yeah, I don't drink. Like I bought the Pitch Black first when I saw it, and then like I drank a couple, and I like for a regular drink I need to get something else, man.
I bought one, and I'm glad I only got the one at the gas station because it's not it's not like the game fuel that was green. Remember the green game fuel?
Hey, I love that. I
Lime?
drunk that regularly. Like I really like that. I love lime. My favorite flavor is lime. I love lime.
Not my Mountain Dew. Keep that shit away from my Dew.
What was that?
Motherfucker,
What was that
lime
thing?
is Mountain Dew is like lemon lime flavor. The original.
That actually.
I mean, what do you define
Oh,
the
man.
original Mountain Dew as? What flavor?
Did you ever have that lime
Google that.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, that was okay, I guess.
Oh man.
But yeah, we're definitely in agreement that the Baja Blast is the best. Second, I would go for the Sangria Blast second, and then the Pitch Black.
Various citrus flavors.
Anyway,
I know Frank, he loves the Sangria, don't you? You get that at Taco
Sangria,
Bell
yeah.
all the time. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
go to one specifically to drink it.
I mean, but realistically, it's like I'm saying that like even if we didn't have the personal preference for it, we don't understand who likes Pitch Black that much, and also we just know Baja Blast sells out whenever it becomes a limited time, so it's gonna win. You know, it's quite obvious with that one. So, all right then, we're all in agreement, right, Frank?
Yeah. We have thrown down the hammer.
Boom. All right, and my last news story. Eric Goldberg animates new Simpsons couch gag. So, Fox TV has unveiled a new couch gag for the opening credits sequence of The Simpsons, created by veteran animator Eric Goldberg. Known for his work on classic animated Disney features such as Aladdin, Pocahontas, and Hercules, Goldberg pays tribute to his Disney roots in the new gag, which airs on Sunday, April 24th. In the sequence, the entire Simpsons family morphs into various Disney characters, with Homer taking on Jungle Book-inspired
taking on a Jungle Book-inspired look while Marge comes straight out of Snow White. Bart appears as Mickey Mouse in Fantasia, while Lisa takes on Cinderella and Maggie is the classic Mickey Mouse. So...
Does anyone know how that... Remember we did a news article about the Simpsons where they were going to do like a real-time, like CG version of Homer or something?
Yeah, that's still coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were going to do different versions for the EST and PST showing, yeah.
Yeah.
The bare necessities. So...
jeez. Yeah, and it's funny because they made like his stomach and mouth yellow instead of like a tan. Because that's what the Simpsons are.
Yeah. Couch Gag by Eric Goldberg. I mean, the thing is, the couch gags are probably one of the most popular things they've got going. You know, they had Bill Plimpton did 2, John Kay, didn't he do 2? And the second one was much longer and, like, awesome. And then, you know, that guy who did all those, you know, he did the, what was it, who was it that had the 11, was it the 7 Evil X's? Scott Pilgrim, the guy who did the animation for the game version. You know, he was... He did an...
Didn't he
the
save
guy who
the world?
did... Anyway. So, you know, they've got all kinds of couch gag openings, and it just makes you sit there and go, why are we seeing something... Like, don't get me wrong, I love The Simpsons, but it is old enough to drink, and it's like, come on, old Yeller, let's just
Old, what do you mean by old enough to drink?
well, it's
You
like
mean
in its
your Baja
20s.
Blast?
That thing is maybe a year old, Ian. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
This isn't Frozen. Don't
Yeah,
start
well.
with the Frozen.
Fine, Ian. Fine.
Let that go.
No. No, Ian, no. Okay, so...
Me and Doug will stand firm on our Urbancing then.
Anyway, so now I guess, unless we had a main topic for this episode, I think it's time for us to throw down and do some trivia. What do you guys say?
Yeah, hold on. You talk amongst yourselves real quick. I gotta send a text back real quick.
Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Oh, you know, how do I sound?
Well, I mean, do you have any thoughts on the Simpsons couch gag, Frank?
On this new one?
Yeah.
Or just in general?
Well, yes. What are your thoughts?
It's cute. Like you said, it's something they always do because, you know, I know people like it.
Yeah, it just makes you think, man, can we just get a whole episode of these, you know, different animators coming in and doing a guest episode? It's like...
No. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's,
Might get kicked off again, actually. I get it. Sorry to interrupt you, Frank.
I gotta let it go.
Actually, go ahead, Frank. Actually.
Talk amongst yourselves. It's like my show is falling apart at the seams.
Oh, it's fallen apart a long time ago. A long time ago. In a podcast.
Hey, I got
far,
into
far
my
away.
email. I didn't get kicked off.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yay. Well, the thing is I wanted to do. I figured Frank would appreciate this, so because I was gonna have some trivia lined up for like maybe this week or next week. I was hoping to have everybody together to try to do like a couple week, like more of like academic trivia to see how smart we are, and like I have a bunch of different topics that like I was gonna ask everybody who was like their favorite subject in school that wasn't creative, I guess, like a non-creative subject.
Sex ed.
That's actually the creation, most specifically.
What?
I like chemistry.
Okay, we could do a chemistry one. I'll just have to make sure they have a tough one.
I like
what about
the
you, Ben?
maths. Maths.
Okay. Because what I was gonna do is, since there's three of us, we'll pick just 5 questions from each of those. Then, to be fair.
What was your answer, Ian?
I don't know. I was gonna go.
Foosball.
Is it
Yeah. Right.
health class?
I'll go with. I guess I'll go with science. I guess. So we'll start with. Do you want to start with yours, Ben? Yours was math.
Math
Okay.
magic
Well,
land.
Let's start with the music first. We keep forgetting about that. Oh, yes.
Yeah, true with Ian. It's true with Ian. You can't refuse.
Yeah, this is my new score thing where I could, instead of going up with the selection, and I could just click
Oh,
He's got
Nice.
his all boobless.
Yeah, so I could easily just add a point to each one of them if I wanted, you know.
Yay,
Sweet.
laziness.
Yeah.
hooray!
Well, it's quicker.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What? Oh no.
The other ones are shorter.
I am not.
Oh, it's a word problem.
Look at that. That's a chapter in a book. I just.
The
Is
question.
that a right?
Man, you were at the higher math class than me, so shut up.
I like the title as Maths is Useless. All right. Let me just freshen up here. The quadratic equation is seen as a symbol of how oppressed school students are. It is the first equation of a certain degree of complexity faced by youngsters, and for many, the torturous equation stays with them deep into adulthood as a reminder of how awful maths was. However, the quadratic equations really rather did have legitimate uses. One such example is in ancient agriculture, whereby farmers would calculate how much of a crop would be grown in their field. Simultaneously, it would help them to also know how much extra they need to grow to satisfy the demands of the taxman. In which civilization was this undertaken? Was it the Incan, the Babylonian, the Greek, or the Roman? Ian, this one's yours.
What was the question again?
In which civilization was this undertaken?
I would say the Babylonian.
I'm going to say the Incans.
I'm gonna say Roman.
And the answer, Babylonians.
Yeah.
Look at that answer. What?
It's got a scroll. You can scroll down.
Yeah.
Why? Obviously, this guy didn't like maths, but he loved writing. Oh man. Why?
Quadratic equations are the basis for a vast area of more...
Okay, let me tell you the entire history of the quadratic equation before we can answer the question.
Pure and applied. One such quadratic equation results in a value of x that is known as the golden ratio. This ratio is represented by the letter phi, and, like the representation of a lot of other quirky mathematical bits and bobs, is from our particular alphabet, which...
Is it Latin, Japanese, Russian, or Greek? This would be me, huh?
Yeah.
Latin?
That's what I was going to say.
I'm gonna say Latin too. And we would all be wrong.
Greek!
Looks Greek to me.
Well,
You know all those, I don't know, all those letters from like the beta and all that stuff. Those are all Greek.
I
Turning
don't
shit.
the golden ratio has been used by many architects in their structural plans for some famous buildings. Reportedly, which of the following European buildings has the golden ratio within its dimensions? The Eiffel Tower, Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Parthenon, or Buckingham Palace? Frank?
Parthenon.
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 This is in mathematics land.
Yes, I get one. You get one. You get.
The quadratic equation is of great importance in Newtonian mechanics. Quadratics are used in many equations which have everyday uses in society. Such equations that include V equals U plus AT and S equals UT plus AT times power of 2 divided by 2 can be used for what? Determining braking distances, determining the time of the day, determining your bank balance, or determining the weather. Ian, this one be you.
Okay. Shit. I'm gonna say time of day.
Ben's face.
That's the only way I have to answer that. Let me take a look at the options here. Let me take a look at my options. Determining braking distances, determining the time of the day, determining your bank balance, determining the weather.
We should have that for the thumbnail for the episode.
Say,
Hey, you
well,
picked this shit.
I didn't pick this quiz. You picked this quiz. You're the devil.
You picked the math. Math, of course, is going to be the complicated one.
And then the devil said that they're...
You're lucky I didn't take ones where you actually had to do math.
Well, that's better than reading it out loud, I suppose.
I can't, man.
Okay.
That's funny.
Say determining braking distances.
I say that
Frank?
as well.
Oh, you guys are right.
Determining braking distances. Yes. Haha. In your face, people that hate maths. Haha.
Okay.
Whilst the quadratic formula seems dull and abstract for school children, it has exciting applications in the science of ballistics. The fundamental force in ballistics has a value of 9.81 meters per second. Per second, ms-2, and is known as what? Gravity, inertia, friction, or electromagnetism. This would be me.
No, you went last time. Or no, wait.
Yeah, it's 5. It's him.
Okay, Ben.
Okay. Science of ballistics. So, that would be inertia, right?
That's what I
Yeah, I'm
would
pretty
think.
sure. Yeah.
Ballistics experts talk about weapons and the inert force of the bullet.
Yeah.
The answer. Oh,
Gravity.
it's gravity. Say what?
That would change the trajectory of the bullet, yeah.
Well, you
Because
you factor a lot of things factor into it. Like they have to, you have another guy. Like if you're doing sniping and stuff, you have another guy doing like the barometric pressure and the wind and shit.
And you press Alt to hold your breath, you know.
And then,
Yeah.
or they put you on LSD, and then you got that guy from the History Channel telling you about how JFK and the magic bullet, man. So anyway, okay, next trivia, cause yeah, that one.
Okay, let's search for. I should have. I was thinking about chemistry, but I didn't think anybody would be interested in that. Chemistry mix. Is that good, Frank? Make some chemistry. Oh, this one. So you think you know chemistry? This one's
Yeah.
tough, just like the other one. All the other ones are tough, so I'm gonna be fair.
You're gonna
Okay.
be dumb. You gotta be tough.
Yeah. Tough.
Chemistry encompasses the very smallest things found in science.
Hey,
What?
What?
you read the math ones. This is my quiz, bitch. I read them.
I read
read
all of
your
it.
own?
Fine. Go on ahead, Frank.
Chemistry encompasses the very smallest things found in science, smaller than even the microscopic protozoa found in the most benign water. But that's another story. Which of the following is not a branch of chemistry?
Read the answers.
I had to swallow. Topical, nuclear, analytical, or organics? Not a branch of chemistry, huh?
That one seems to be. It's mine, anyways. I think. I would say analytical. Topical is your skin. Yeah, nuclear and organics. Analytics just is more of like math and stuff. Algorithms. Is that what are you guys going with?
Franklin?
No, you're after Ian.
Yeah, but you were supposed to go first, remember? Because I went first on the last one.
No, Ian said it's him.
Oh,
No, Ian
I'm sorry.
Ian just volunteered, Frank.
Well, I volunteered, so you could go on.
Go ahead, Frank.
I'll go on the next one anyways. Then I don't care. Fuck it. You're the chemistry guy, man.
This is yours, man.
Hey, you had trouble with the math one, so.
What was that face Bill was making? I'm gonna have to agree with Ian on his rationale, so I'm gonna say analytical as well.
I'm going to say topical.
Topical.
Topical. Da-da-da-da, topical.
What do you think? Okay.
Okay, so he gets. Man gets.
Look at
one.
you! You get a point.
Yeah.
Do I get a gold star?
The most
No.
basic concept in chemistry is the atom, the fundamental unit of matter. But even atoms can be broken down into smaller particles. Which of the following is not one of them? Neutrinos, quarks, gluons? Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, that's right.
And leptons.
Okay, I said I'd go again on this one. I'm gonna say leptons.
I'll go with gluons.
I as well.
Neutrinos.
That's the only one I actually.
Well, you obviously didn't know it, apparently.
What the hell is a quark? Ran that from.
He's that guy in Deep Space Nine who runs the bar.
No. That was in Quantum Leap once, I think, or one of those fucking shows. Okay.
One of those sciencey shows.
Yeah. I only took chemistry 1. I wanted to take chem 2, but I didn't have the maths.
Alright, read the next one.
The periodic table of elements is to chemistry as a dictionary is to English, an encyclopedic chart of everything. The periodic table is an absolute must for any chemist for simple memorization of every single element, along with its atomic weight and oxidation number. Is nigh impossible. Try this normally simple tidbit of elemental data. Which of the following is not an element? Thulium, praseodymium, isodymium, and indium.
This would be me, huh?
Yeah.
I'll say thulium.
I say praseodymium.
I think it's Presidium. There's no I in.
Okay, Arkansas.
Well, if you were to say praise, it'd be P-R-A-I-S.
E-R-A-S-E. Praseodymium.
Praz. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna go with indium.
And the answer
Ah,
is sodium.
Wow, look at that long ass answer too.
The answer that neither of us will ever read.
None of us.
you know, no.
Radioactivity is a core concept in nuclear chemistry. Some unstable elements, especially heavy ones, tend to decay and release particles, while the original atom changes into a different element. Answer me this. If a radioactive atom of carbon-14 emits an alpha particle, which atom will it become? Carbon-12? It will remain carbon-14, beryllium-10, or oxygen-16.
Right.
I'm reading, hold on. I'll choose it will remain 14, Alex.
You do what now?
I just said it will remain carbon. I have no fucking idea.
I'm gonna go.
I
carbon
too will
12.
say it will remain carbon-14. And the answer,
Barium.
beryllium-10.
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. That's a long ass answer. Oh, it's one of the noble gases. Inert.
Don't care.
Oh, just shoot.
Don't care.
You're
Last
given
one
three
for you, Frank.
You're given 3 radioactive cookies. You must eat one, put one in your pocket, and hold one in your hand. However, you, being smart, are able to identify them as alpha, beta, and gamma emitters. What should you do to cause the least amount of damage to your body? Eat the alpha, put the beta in your pocket, and hold the gamma. Eat the alpha, put the gamma in your pocket, and hold the beta. Eat the beta, put the gamma in your pocket, and hold the... Wait, did I read that wrong? Eat the beta, put the alpha in your pocket, and hold the gamma. Or eat the gamma, put the beta in your pocket, and hold the alpha.
This would be Ian.
Yeah, sure. I'll say the first one. Alpha, you get the alpha and the beta should be in your pocket. Or, no, I'm going with, I'm going to go with number 2, B. That's my answer.
Ben?
And Ian's
tablet disappeared from the show.
Bye.
Oh, my tablet died. I was putting it on charge, but it was. I guess it was taking up too much more juice than charging, I guess. Oh well.
Let's see. The last one, eat the gamma, put the beta in your pocket, and hold the alpha.
I was gonna say, eat the alpha, put the gamma in your pocket, and hold the beta.
Okay, so which A, B,
So
C,
you
or
and
D?
Frank went on. You and Frank went on 2, and I went on the last one.
Okay.
I went right.
Well, Ben's ahead by 2 here. We're gonna go to mine
Yeah.
now.
And this one, Ian reads it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with science. Science.
Science?
She blinded me.
Science?
Science.
Weird science.
Okay.
There you go,
so
yeah.
I guess am I gonna be reading this then?
Yep.
If you want to read all that.
De magnete magnetic corpor rebus et de magno magnete tellure was published in the year 1600 and was the first foray into the world of electricity. What English scientist wrote it? William Gilbert, Tycho Brahe, Oliver de Ceres, Jonas Kepler.
Whose turn is it?
So this would be number 11. So Frank would have been at 9. So I think I went on the last one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's yours.
I'm gonna say Olivier de Sears.
Johannes Kepler?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Kepler, just like the Kepler telescope or whatever.
And the answer,
William Gilbert.
William Gilbert.
Because I figured it was too English to have all that other shit in the title.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Ian.
Our solar system has been the subject of observation for thousands of years. The identification of the first 5 planets apart from Earth already in the 2nd millennium BC. Who was the first to discover a moon orbiting a planet other than our own? Galileo, Galilei, Claudius Ptolemy, assuming T is silent, Nicholas Copernicus, Christian Huygens, and this is Frank.
Copernicus?
I'll just go with the typical Galileo.
Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico. Don't. What?
What do you say?
Yeah, I'm going with Galileo. I know it's probably wrong, but it's the only one I reckon.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Because that was the dog before Einstein on Back to the Future.
It's alright, Copernicus.
Okay, this basic unit of all living organisms was first described by Robert Hooke in his publication Micrographia in 1665, named for the small rooms that monks lived in. What did he call them?
Yes, Ian, what did he call them?
I'm going to say carbon? They're all carbon-based life forms, I suppose.
Name for the small room that monks lived in. What did he call them? I'm going to say dorms? Franklin?
Hostel.
Alright, and the answer...
Cells.
Cells. What? You, monk, go back to your cell. Really? We're in prison.
Yeah. Okay, Sir Isaac Newton published his first 2 of 3 laws of motion in 1687. Is this his first law of motion? The acceleration of a body is directly proportional to and in the same direction as the net force acting on the body and inversely proportional to its mass. True or false?
And this is mine?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
What's your rationale on that?
Well, isn't the first law of motion an object in motion tends to stay in motion?
I was gonna say that seems correct, so I was gonna say that's false.
Okay, I can see where you can say that, so I guess I'll go with false as well. Yeah.
Hold on, I want to see this. When viewed in an initial reference frame, an object either is at rest or moves at a constant velocity unless acted upon by an external force. Yes, like Ben said.
Wow, Ben knew something, and he pulled it right out of his butt. My butt knows things.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my last question and the last question of the quiz. Anton
Lavoisier?
Lavoisier? Sounds like that Satanist guy, Anton
LaVey?
Yeah.
I was gonna say this sounds like Cavassier.
Sounds like you guys are dragging this on.
Alright, calm down, sir. Is touted as the father of modern chemistry, in no small part to his discovery in 1789 of which principle: the ideal gas law, the law of universal gravitation, the law of conservation of energy, the law of conservation of mass. That's a Frank, I believe.
Ideal gas law?
Okay. I'd say universal gravitation.
I would say the law of conservation of mass.
Ah.
And I got that one.
Out of your
You
butt.
just pulled that out of your ass.
No. I remember studying it because they say if mass cannot be neither be created or destroyed, only converted into energy, then therefore the whole idea of chemistry is what happens when you translate atoms, and it's a scientific term, but the fact of the matter is I win. I am the greatest. Yes. 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 I win on my own show. Yes.
Well,
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Unfortunately, you didn't just win at some random trivia here. You sort of showed the fact that you know a little bit more about academia than me or Frank.
I know.
That's what the purpose of these were, to see how smart everyone was. for
I know a
movies
little
here.
bit about everything, but I don't know nothing about love. All right.
And
Yeah, no, no.
just for our audio listeners, Ben had 7, I had 4, and Frank had 3. So he's just
I'm the dumb
stupid.
dumb.
No, Frank. Remember, you're not the dumb one. I'm the smart one. If that makes you feel better.
I'm the handsome one.
It's like that. It's like they say on the Fairly Odd Parents. I married the smart one, and I married. Well, he's cute, right?
Frank's the handsome balding one.
Man, that could have been a guy lip syncing. That wasn't really you.
Anyway. So, with all that said, folks, I'd like to thank all my panelists for being on the show with me. I'd like to thank Ian for providing his news stories and manning a third of the trivia tonight. Much appreciated.
Sure.
I'd also like to thank the other Ian that ditched out because we got to see his face. So all the ladies can be like, ooh. I like to thank Franklin for being a Superman, apparently. And,
Yep.
It takes a Superman to tank on purpose and let Ben feel better about himself.
you just can't let me have my win, can you?
No.
I know.
Well-
That's... And even though Doug couldn't come in to toot some horns, we hope he comes back next time. I hope he had a fun time at the birthday party that he's at.
I want to go to the party.
You want to go to the party.
Yeah,
You know, 'cause it's
I
your
want
birthday.
to.
You got to party like it's your birthday.
I do want to include him on this academic trivia, because we still have a lot more that we could do left still, and I also want to try to do this webcam thing again. You know,
And he
does
just
get the
wants to
bugs
beat me,
worked
is
out
what
of
he's
it.
saying. He's like,
Yeah.
I just want to win, dang it. Okay. Well, with all that said, it's been a fun show, and I'm sure Ian's looking forward to going on his date with his lady, and I'm looking forward to going to sleep and eating some Z's. Playing a video game. I recently bought Enter the Gungeon.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah, so it's a fun game. You play as a guy with a gun, going shooting bullets at guns and collecting other guns.
Bullet hell.
Also, I got the complete Rocko's Modern Life set, so I'm going to be watching that.
How much was that?
Like $20. But it's got 52. It's got 52 episodes and bonus features, so it's got 20 hours of content. So it's almost $1 an hour. Can't beat that.
Gungeon. I thought you were gonna say Enter the Gungeon show.
It sounded like you were saying Enter the Ganja show.
Okay, guys.
Gungeon.
So, anyway, with all that said, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in this week. And until next time, we'll see you on the other side.
Shot of Soko.
Puppy monkey baby.
Check out my Tumblr.
You already said. You said.
To find out more, visit NoRightsProductions.com. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NoRights. And hey, why don't you check out my Tumblr at NoRights.tumblr.com.